Why has Taylor Swift triggered so many people? She is the most popular pop star right now, dating Travis Kelce, who is arguably the best at his position. Travis Kelce plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, a team who has been to the Super Bowl 4 out of the past 5 seasons. With success comes hate. It's not really her or him that is annoying. It's the crazy media hype that is just exhausting. Leave it to the NFL to completely milk every ounce of money out of any situation. I don't blame Kelce or Swift for the exhaustive hype. They are just living life as far as I can tell. But the obsession from the media is just boring and exhausting to me. My impression is that she represents something much larger to the top of the GOP food chain. Totally anecdotal, but my guess is that she was looked at as a GOP role model many years ago, before she became politically active. From the outside, she's an archetype constituent. Young, pretty, blonde country girl who's patriotic. I'm not saying she did anything other than exist, but the GOP identified with her brand. Now she's not only much less conservative thinking than they thought, but actively promoting left-leaning ideology. Double whammy. To the GOP elite, she now represents a channel to switch teams. They're terrified of her influence and the road she paved that shows you can grow up, a country girl, but still value progressive policies. Thus, media damage control is here to make sure we as viewers know the GOP no longer wants to role model her to their base. #Culture Wars. The issue isn't Taylor Swift. It's everyone else. During the last game, the cameraman kept panning to her and there was nothing to be done. One of the incidents, you can tell that she saw herself on TV in the box. Her eyes were looking at the screen towards the left. The camera was coming in from the right. She did not move for an uncomfortable amount of time until you see her mouth. Please go away. Perhaps they were pre-triggered, and they can generalize her into whatever they already hate.
She denied my friend request.
Isn't it ironic that the very people who in 2016 wouldn't stop calling liberals snowflakes are, in fact, the snowflakes, triggered over Taylor Swift and rainbows? They need a safe space. It's just another culture war they can create out of the air since nothing has actually happened to keep the focus away from their lack of actual work. Keep people angry and afraid and they won't stop and say, hey, why are our bridges falling apart? She's popular, and is therefore going to be the subject of hate until she stops being popular. Right now her boyfriend's also very popular, so the conspiracy theorists are out in full force. It'll die down when the next it person crops up. It's the media hype, no one really cares. He's a great player, she is currently on a great artist streak. Nothing provokes speculation more than the sight of a woman enjoying herself. Louisa May Alcott. As true today as it was in the 1860s. MAGA supporters made up this imaginary scenario where the SB is rigged so the Chiefs can win and Swift can endorse Biden during the victory celebration. They then got pissed off over this imaginary scenario, believing their own lie. Why it matters who Swift endorses or why the Chiefs have to win in order for her to do so is beyond me. Conspiracy theorists on the right think that she's involved in some type of psyop to hand Joe Biden the presidency. Translate that to reality. Some right-wing supporters are worried that a popular young endorser will take votes away from them, and they have no answer for it. Her politics annoy people. The fact that she's a woman who's popular with women annoys men. Men often get annoyed with stuff women like that they don't. They're also annoyed that she's dating Travis Kelce, which has increased interest in football. amongst women as it's gotten tied in with the narrative of their beloved artist and many football fans dislike that they're interested in football for what they consider to be impure reasons. They also worry about the NFL catering to this new section of the fanbase. There's a lot of talk about them cutting to Taylor Swift during the football games. Joe Coy even attempted to make a joke about it at the Golden Globes. However, it's really overblown. She gets maybe a minute of screen time over a 3-hour game. Sorry, but Taylor Swift is the most apolitical person. I get so irritated at Swifties calling her an activist. Posting on Instagram that you should register to vote is not political activism. Because conservatives are whiny little snowflake bitches, that's why. She told people to vote. MAGA doesn't want young people to vote. The GOP cannot cope with the idea that Gens will be voting overwhelmingly progressive. If polls are any indication, and they have found a scapegoat in Taylor Swift for publicly encouraging her fans to register to vote, and has since endorsed Biden. Lots of clowns in the GOP are equating this to some sort of conspiracy to throw the 2024 election. The reality is that they're afraid of more people voting because the GOP haven't won a presidential popular vote in almost 3 decades. So generally, more votes means more losses for the GOP. She is one of the most popular people in the world, dating one of the most popular players from one of the most popular teams in the most popular sports in the US. She isn't doing anything controversial. Jesus himself would get non-stop haters in that situation. Because someone else said they should be mad at her.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.